Hello, friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Story and Activity Time. My name is Jess, and I work over at Family Equality, and I am so excited to be hanging out with you all today. Like I said, we're here today to have story time, the book When Aidan Became a Brother, which I don't know if you've ever heard of that book, but it's one of my favorites. And today's session is sponsored by, oh yeah, there's the book. Perfect. Today's session is sponsored by our friends over at Ourshelves, and I actually have the founder of Ourshelves, Allie, here with me today. Hi, Allie.
Hi, Jess.
Hey.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. And thank you so much to Jess and Family Equality for co-hosting this story time today. And I also just want to say a personal thank you to Family Equality. My wife and I have a 2-year-old and an 8-year-old, and we are so grateful for everything Family Equality does for our family and so many others day in and day out. So I'll tell you briefly what Ourshelves is, and then most importantly, introduce Kyle and Kaylani. Hooray! So Ourshelves is a diverse kids book subscription service and advocacy effort, and we're trying to do two things. One is our curation team works to find and review and then send these books like When Aidan Became a Brother that we're going to enjoy today together to families, teachers, and librarians all across the country. And the second thing we do is in buying all these books, we're trying to prove to publishers just how many of us there are who want these books so that we become stronger and stronger as we advocate for the many more books that we still need. And if you have any ideas for books or characters or families that you want to see more of in books that you don't see enough of, or ideas for storylines, feel free to email us at info@ourshelves.com, and we would love to hear from you and include that in our advocacy with the publishers. Awesome. So that is Ourshelves. But we are so excited today to welcome Kyle and Kaylani, the author and illustrator of this very special book, When Aidan Became a Brother, that marks a huge step forward in representation and won the Stonewall Book Award, which is a really big, exciting deal. Yay! So Kyle is going to read When Aidan Became a Brother to you. And then Kaylani is going to lead us in a drawing activity. And I hope you enjoy it as much as I will.
Thanks, Jess. And thanks, Allie. I'm so excited to be reading for Ourshelves. My name is Kyle Lukoff. I wrote this picture book called When Aidan Became a Brother. It is illustrated by Kaylani Juanita, who you will meet very soon. And I'm going to just read you the story now. I hope you like it. When Aidan Became a Brother. When Aidan was born, everyone thought he was a girl. His parents gave him a pretty name. His room looked like a girl's room, and he wore clothes that other girls liked wearing. But as Aidan got bigger, he hated the sound of his name. He felt like his room belonged to someone else, and he always ripped or stained his clothes, accidentally on purpose. Everyone thought he was just a different kind of girl. Some girls had rooms full of science experiments and bug collections. Lots of girls didn't wear dresses. But Aidan didn't feel like any kind of girl. He was really another kind of boy. It was hard to tell his parents what he knew about himself, but it was even harder not to. It took everyone some time to adjust, and they learned a lot from other families with transgender kids like him. Aidan explored different ways of being a boy. He tried out lots of names until one stuck. They changed his bedroom into a place where he belonged. He also took much better care of his new clothes. Then, one day, Mom and Dad had something to tell him. "I'm going to have a baby," Mom announced. "A baby?" said Aidan. "Does that mean I get to be the big brother?" "Of course," said Dad, ruffling his hair. Aidan thought that being a big brother was an important job for a boy like him. He wanted to make sure that this baby would feel understood right away. The baby needed clothes, so Aidan and his mom went shopping. There were so many choices. Would the baby like seahorses or penguins better? "Are you having a boy or a girl?" asked a lady. Aidan didn't like it when people asked if he was a boy or a girl, and he hoped the baby couldn't hear yet. He was glad when Mom just smiled and said, "I'm having a baby." The baby's room needed to be painted, so Aidan and his dad went to the hardware store. Dad chose a gallon of sky blue paint, and Aidan added a puffy cloud white. "Are you excited for your new brother or sister?" asked the paint guy. "I'm excited to be a big brother," Aidan said. The paint guy looked confused. Aidan could tell that he wanted to ask a different question and was glad to have his dad there. The big rollers were fun to paint with. "This room feels just like being outside," Aidan exclaimed. He had always felt trapped in his bedroom before they fixed it, but his new sibling wouldn't have to feel that way. "You're right," said Dad. "Let's make some shapes in the clouds." Every baby needs a name. Aidan loved getting to choose his own, but remembered that it had been hard for his parents to let go of the name they gave him. He looked for names that could fit this new person, no matter who they grew up to be. Babies need someone to read to them. So Aidan practiced and practiced and practiced. Dad wanted to teach Aidan how to change diapers. Maybe later, said Aidan. He decided that picking flowers for his mom was more important. Two weeks before the baby's due date, Aidan started to worry. Maybe he should have picked different clothes. The blue walls might be too bright. He wished he could ask the baby which name they liked best. Mom came to tuck him in. Are you feeling okay, sweetie? She asked. Aidan put his hands over where he thought the baby's ears would be. Do you think the baby will be happy with everything? He whispered. I don't want them to feel like I did when I was little, but what if I get everything wrong? What if I don't know how to be a good big brother? Mom hugged him tight. When you were born, we didn't know you were going to be our son. We made some mistakes, but you helped us fix them. And you taught us how important it is to love someone for exactly who they are. This baby is so lucky to have you, and so are we. The next morning, Aidan found the boxes of his old baby pictures. He looked so different back then. It hadn't been easy, but he liked the boy he was growing into. Maybe everything wouldn't be perfect for this baby. Maybe he would have to fix mistakes he didn't even know he was making. And maybe that was okay. Aidan knew how to love someone, and that was the most important part of being a brother. And then that says, it's a baby. The end. And now Kaylani, who drew the pictures in this book, is going to help you with an art activity, which is very exciting.
Hello, my name is Kaylani Juanita, and I'm here to do a drawing activity. Thank you so much for the introduction, and also thank you very much, Kyle, for that lovely story. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so first, what we're going to do is we're going to be drawing our own rooms within the book Aidan gets to decorate his own room, which makes him feel more himself. And rooms can be seen as another form of expression. So I want all of you guys with me to go ahead and draw the room, your dream room together. So what we're going to do first for step 1 is we're going to draw 3 lines. So 1 on the left, 1 slightly higher in the middle, and then 1 on the right side. And let's just make this line a little longer so it matches. Okay, that looks good. So for step 2, what I want you guys to do is connect the top of the 3 lines together in kind of like an arrow. So we're going to draw another line up here, kind of connect that like that, and then go down and draw another line right there like that. Okay. So after we kind of have this like V shape, we're going to go ahead and do the same motion for number 3, for step 3, and just keep connecting these little boxes. Okay, so now that we have something like this, you can kind of see it looks somewhat like the corner of a room. So for step 3, what we're going to do just to make it look more 3-dimensional is we're going to draw a V at the bottom. And we want this point to kind of align with this one. So we're going to stop right there and then connect it again right there. So when you look at the shape like this, it kind of looks like a cube, but when you start adding other stuff to it, it starts to become more of a room. So let's go ahead and add every room. To get into the room, you're going to need a door. So let's put a door to the side right here. And then we can add windows to let light in. And Aidan's room, he has a huge window on the right side of his room. So we're going to add a really big window. And there you have it, it's a room. So now from here, what you're going to do is draw all the stuff in your dream room that makes it feel like your own space. So some stuff I really like are plants. So first, I'm going to also draw a bed because I need some place to sleep. Okay, so here's my bed. And then I'm going to add a plant probably right over here in the corner. I'm just taking an eraser to erase this little line. That's like the fun thing about using pencils is you could always, if you make mistakes, you could always just erase something and start over again. I'm going to add a little plant. Similar to the cactus right here in my corner. Kind of just do some shading for that. And then also, I really love my dog. So I'm going to add my dog here in the middle of the room. And then probably, I really like art too. So I'm going to put some posters in my room too of drawings of people. And then maybe it would be nice so it's not too dark to maybe add also like a lamp right here too for whenever it becomes nighttime. And then maybe a little rug so the dog's not just on a hardwood floor. And then maybe so we can know the floor is wood, I'll just add more lines. And then make little wood planks. Okay. And there you have it. That's how you draw a room. So the bonus step for step number 5 would be to color it. So you just take whatever coloring supplies you have, whether it be markers, colored pencils, watercolor, and then you just fill in all the color for the room so it feels more lively if you have accessibility to like color. Okay, so I have with me, it's kind of hard to tell, my really dirty watercolor palette and some fresh water and a napkin to dry it off. Okay, so I guess what we can do is maybe try to make some brown for the floor or like a yellowish color. And then we're just going to lay that in. Yeah, the floor in Aidan's room is also yellow. And then he has walls that have mountains on them because he really likes going outdoors. So let's also add maybe some mountainy walls to this room because I also think outdoors are super cool. So we're just gonna add little mountain humps to the wall. My dog also likes going on walks, and really, really likes going up hills. Okay. And then we'll make the rug, let's make the rug blue. So it goes against the kind of yellowish floor. Okay. And my favorite color is like a mustard yellow. So let's make the bed a super yellow bed. And you don't have to worry about being perfect in the lines because I feel like it gives it a little bit of character. Maybe like a line up here. Because you could really just make your room however you want on this. Okay. And then we'll add a red pillow. And maybe a nice red door. And then the window frame could be red too. And the last, one more thing. Let's make the cactus green. A little bit more green than that. Okay. Add a little green to the cactus, maybe to the picture frames. And then finally, the bed bled a little bit. That's okay. Okay. So finally we'll add the color to the dog. And my dog is tan. So we can mix a couple colors together. Add a little brown right there to the dog. And maybe a little bit more brown to the wood planks to give them a little bit like more dimension. Because not every wood plank looks exactly the same. They all look, if you look at them up close, they all look really different. Okay. So there you have it. That's a speed tutorial on how to draw an isometric room where you can put whatever you want in it. Thank you so much for taking the time to learn how to draw a room with me.
Wow, thanks for hanging out with us, friends. I hope you had a great time. When Aidan Became a Brother is one of my favorite stories, so I'm so grateful for Kyle for reading to us today, and Kaylani for showing us an awesome drawing activity. I learned a lot. I also want to remind folks to check out the Ourshelves website. They have a lot of awesome books, like When Aidan Became a Brother, and so many more that represent LGBTQ families, families of color, people of all abilities, and different paths in life. It's truly an amazing setup. So definitely check that out. And we hope to see you back here in the future for more story times, for more activities. And we are so grateful for your time today and can't wait to see you soon. Bye, friends.